Hello everyone, this is the Archfiend. My brain is still recovering from that speech jammer video I made earlier today. By the way, watch that if you already haven't. Anyway, today I asked you guys to take part in two things here on my Twitter account. By the way, link for my Twitter is in the video description. I had a Q&A session with you guys where I just ask you to ask me random questions that you want answered. Maybe it's about me, maybe it's about life, what have you. And to also take part in a Mad Lib. We did both of those things. The topic of the Mad Lib was the prom, so you can only imagine what zaniness happened at this prom. Did I use the word zaniness in an Archfiend video? Really? And why am I speaking of myself in third person? Anyway, let's get to these questions here. There's a couple questions that some of you guys asked me yesterday when I told you I was going to be doing this Q&A video. I'm going to try and remember all of them off the top of my head here. I think I can only remember one of them. Someone, coincidentally enough, asked me what my favorite episode of South Park was, and I think it should go to what is personally my favorite episode, which is the episode that got me hooked on the show, which was the Thanksgiving episode, where it had the turkey with the messed up neck that pointed to the ground. It showed the killing factory and all that shit. I say coincidentally enough because I made a video about PETA yesterday, and sure enough, someone asked me a question about what's my favorite episode of South Park, and has to deal with issues that PETA takes on, like the killing fields for animals and shit like that. Anyway, that episode with that little turkey who ends up being the one turkey that lives, in the total ironic twist of the end of that episode. Anyways, that's my favorite episode, South Park, because it was the first one I ever saw, and it was the first episode that got me hooked on the show. Anyway, someone else also asked me, did I ever separate the marshmallows from Lucky Charms cereal and just eat the marshmallows? Absolutely. One thing I used to do is I used to take the marshmallows out of the shitty oat or whatever that cereal is, and I used to take the Lucky Charms marshmallows and put them into hot chocolate. Oh fuck, was that heaven. Whew, try that at home. That's one of those things where you just say, you don't say don't try it at home, you say try it at home. My God, that's as close to heaven as atheists like everyone else out there is going to get. Like, why you gotta bring religion into this? Why you gotta bring religion into this, Archfiend? Anyway, let's go on to some of the questions here. Would I rather fight a duck-sized horse or 10 horse-sized ducks? I would rather fight a horse-sized duck, because ducks can be like really territorial, like especially if their little ducklings are around, they'll start pecking at you. Like, a horse-sized duck's bill is going to be like, you know, like that big, and like 10 of them jabbing at you. That would be trouble. It would look like the I won't go there. Anyway, yeah, I'd rather fight the horse-sized duck, because it would be kind of cute to see like a little horse. Like, it's like, oh, it's cute. It's like really smaller than a pony. Then I'd kick it like a football. Anyway, is there any musical instrument that you've ever wanted to learn how to play? I've wanted to learn how to proficiently play the piano. I taught myself how to play piano, the basic chords and whatnot, some years ago, and haven't touched a piano since. But I would love to be able to sit down. By the way, that noise is the Twitter app on my, because that's a question some people have asked in the past in my videos. That noise you hear, it sounds like a submarine about to hit an iceberg. That's the Twitter app on my computer. Anyway, I would like to play the piano proficiently, be able to sit down, play any tune, just like, you know, jam on a computer. My mind is still fucked from speech jammer people. Jam on a piano at any time. Anyway. What was high school like, and do you have any funny stories of memories? Stories or memories, I guess. Anyway. Or stories of memories, I guess he was right with that. Anyway. High school was something that I was glad to be done with. I wasn't like bullied or anything in high school. I wasn't the kid that was picked on or the kid that picked on other people. I just saw it as something as like, I was like, wow, half of these people are gonna just amount to nothing in life, and sure enough, they ended up amounting to nothing in life, and Not that I'm like some stuck-up snob compared to them or anything, but I saw most of the people in my high school as people that, you know, the education didn't really serve much of a purpose for them, so they just went out into the workforce a few years earlier. As for any funny stories of memories, I don't think there's anything too hilariously funny I could think of other than a kid that had the last name of Christmas. I mean, that was always good for a laugh every single day of school life. His last name was literally Christmas. Anyway, sorry, that's about the funniest thing I think of from high school. What is your least favorite video you have uploaded? By the way, I'm reading the majority of these raw, like I haven't looked at them ahead of time. So you're going to get my genuine and honest first reaction of these. Anyway, what is my least favorite video I have uploaded, or was it one you regret doing while on YouTube? The least favorite video that I uploaded, I would say, I mean, a lot of my earlier videos, even a lot of my early fat rants, like the quote-unquote fat rants, there were two of the videos I started out with making, two videos like that. That was my two first rant videos. And I was watching them the other day. Like, I hadn't watched them in years. And I just look at them and, I don't even like a lot of the points I make. I don't like the way I sounded, the way I structured my whole rant, and it just goes to show how far I've evolved as a speaker to my particular liking. I mean, someone may think I sounded better back then. But anyway, I mean, I guess they would be my least favorite, but then again, that's what put me on the quote-unquote ranting map here on top of other videos I made. As far as the least favorite, jeez, I don't know. Nothing really sticks out because I think I've had valid points in pretty much everything I made. Oh, the God particle video. That was something that I totally misconstrued what the facts of the matter were, and I ended up making an apology video because of that God particle video. That was something where I was like, wow, I really should have looked into it a bit more than I did. Anyway, what is my general opinion on DSP Gaming? Is he in your top 5 dislike YouTubers? I mean, I think the guy's just a general douchebag. He's someone who wants to cling on to the quote-unquote career he's made here, and watching him basically go down in flames, kicking and screaming, is not only deserved, but it's enjoyable for someone like me to see them just go down like a total little pissy pants little jerk. There's not really much else I can say other than that. I'm not going to devote a whole nother video to him or anything. I actually made a video sticking up for this douchebag in the past. I take back everything good I ever said about this guy. He's a genuine scumbag. That's all there is to it. No real other way to paint it other than that. And we'll see him working a 9-to-5 within the next year or two, because he's on a sinking ship of a channel, just like iHorn, just like so many other people that got so comfortable making money on this website. They're gonna crash. Like the best way to describe what DSP Gaming's channel is trying to land. The first time he tried to land the plane in Top Gun, like you're seeing like the aircraft carrier. It's like, I can see it, it's right there, boom, and you just crash either right before it or right after it. Anyway, would I say he's in my top 5 dislike YouTubers? No. Because there's still people like iHorn, Craft Nation, people that are genuine money whores that would make money off their own mothers dying if they had to. That's how selfless and how soulless people like that are. I honestly don't think DSP Gaming would stoop to something that low, but I wouldn't put it past him either. Anyway, who do I think will win the series? The Penguins or the Bruins? Sid the Kid's getting his name on the cup again. That's all there is to it. Look for that team to dismantle Chicago in the finals. Bruins, I don't think the Bruins stand a chance. I don't want to talk about the Penguins being successful. I really don't. But Got to be a realist about things here. The Penguins are winning the cup again. Anyways, oh, what's the question? I don't know why I thought this came earlier. Someone at the Rescue 1129 asked me about the marshmallows and Lucky Charms. For some reason, I thought that question was asked earlier today. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting to say the names of the people that asked these questions. All right, if I could create a console game, what would it be? It would be I-Whore Prostitution Adventure. It would be obviously a mature rated game, and you could fill in the blanks from there. Anyway, what are my top 10 favorite movies? I don't have a specific top 10 list of movies. I love movies like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club, Schindler's List, Gone with the Wind. You know, I wouldn't put Gone with the Wind in my top 10, but it's a classic movie that I think is a no-fail. Just to name a few of my ultimate favorites, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club, A Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket, a lot of Kubrick shit, though I'm not a big fan of The Shining. I don't know what it is. People that love Kubrick think that is like the end-all, be-all of his movies. I'm not really fond of that movie. I don't know if I don't get it. I don't see it to be as scary as a movie as people are like, oh my god, the twins in the hallway and the blood. And I'm just like, it looks kind of cartoonish and dumb if you ask me. It's too surreal. Give me A Clockwork Orange any day. My God, I am freaked out about a guy with a dildo nose breaking in my house and raping me. Like that petrifies me. Anyway, a guy breaking my door down with an axe saying, "Here's Johnny." No, that's a bit more cartoonishly surreal. Anyway, what else did I say? Fight Club. It's too many movies to name. 12 Angry Men, good black and white film, as well as To Kill a Mockingbird. If you're gonna watch two black and white films, I recommend those two. Anyway, where are we at? That was Paul the Whiz Kid, by the way. Shalil O'Neal, what got you motivated to do videos on YouTube? What made me put videos on YouTube was actually me uploading coaster videos from Six Flags Great Adventure. That was the first videos I made there. And I saw that people were just like genuinely coming to check them out, and I was like, oh, you can just be some random person that puts something on there and an audience will find you. I was like, how many people use the search function to find anything? No one gives a shit unless you're promoted by the website or featured. I was like, but then I put videos like that and they started getting thousands of views. I was like, wow, I should make videos speaking my mind. And then, one thing led to another. I made those fat rants, as I said earlier, and here I am, a millionaire. True story. Anyway, let me scroll up here. What do I think of the Xbox One? I think it's hilarious that Microsoft now has to use Blu-rays, which means that Microsoft would be basically giving money to Sony every single time they sell one of their Xbox Ones now. And I mean, I've seen like the demos of it, as you guys have. It doesn't really look like that evolutionary step that one gaming system should look like to the next. I see it to be a complete flop, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does end up being actually. Yeah, I mean, it quite possibly could be the last venture for Microsoft as far as the gaming industry goes, but who knows? I mean, everyone said that about Nintendo when the GameCube came out and Sony just burst onto the scene. They're like, oh my god, this system is so much better, and then they got the Final Fantasy franchise, and Final Fantasy VII came out on PlayStation. Everyone's like, oh my god, Nintendo is fucked. Nintendo's just fine. And Nintendo's always going to be just fine. And Microsoft has a shit ton of money besides what they make on video games, so who knows. If you could see one movie this year, what would it be? I guess in other words, what movie am I looking forward to? I'm trying to think, what am I looking forward to? Man, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that... I mean, Kick-Ass 2, but... I don't know, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that I'm absolutely dying to see. Yeah, sorry. Jackass 4? I don't even know if that's coming out yet. Anyway, am I vegan or vegetarian? Michael717 and MikeDC_7 asked the previous question. I'm vegetarian. I was vegan for about 4 or 5 years. And those of you who don't know the difference, vegans eat basically only shit that comes from the earth. Plants, vegetables, that's pretty much it. No cheeses, no dairy, no milk, no nothing like that. But then one day I said, fuck this, I want ice cream. And I went down the street and got some ice cream, and I was a vegetarian. So, consuming dairy products, you can't be a vegan. Anyway, I eat some dairy products here and there. Not really that much worth noting in all honesty, but I am technically a vegetarian. I'm not going to be like, well, I'm a 95% vegan. No, fuck that. You're either vegan or you're vegetarian. If you have one slice of cheese one time a month, you're a vegetarian, not a vegan. Anyway. Could this be the beginning of end for Microsoft's role in gaming industry? There you go, Sean. I don't ask these questions ahead or read these ahead of time. Is this going to be the end of the gaming industry due to their greedy decision for the Xbox One Rescue 1129? Yeah, it could quite possibly be, but like I said before, Microsoft has a shit ton of money, and even if this was a big, tremendous flop, it's not exactly going to sink the company. So, yeah, let's scroll up here. If you were to successfully hack one YouTube channel, who would it be? Why? And what would you do to that channel? Chris Noob Slayer. I don't condone hacking anyone's channel. Like, if someone handed me the password for like Shane Dawson's channel or something like that, it wouldn't even do anything with it. It's stupid. No one deserves to have their channel hacked. I don't care what a big asshole there's channels that deserve to be removed and do get removed through due process on YouTube, but hacking someone's channel, that's just stupid. Anyway, but if I could, just in a hypothetical scenario, whose channel would it be and why? And what would I do? I mean, the obvious answer would be like, oh, well, you would do Smosh, and you could upload a video about anything you want, and you have the potential to get the most people to watch it since they have the most subscribers. I like to do something a little bit more creative than that. I don't know. I guess I would just like to go to iHor's channel, just simply because I have a fond place in my heart for her, and I don't know. I would probably just watch her video of, crying when Steve Jobs died and she farted, and I would just like to say, thank you for farting when Steve Jobs died, and then that would be it. Just upload a video saying that. Why not? Don't want to do anything too malicious, so there you go. How did I come up with the name Archfiend? I've only answered that question 500 times, and it's in the channel description on my YouTube channel. The name The Archfiend is from Korean history. It's like 13th, 14th century, whenever the hell it was. There's an actual rebel leader in Southern Korea, and I think he was in Southern Korea. There wasn't a South and North Korea back then, for those of you that don't follow world history. And this was a time and age where emperors enslaved people and did shit like that. He led slave rebellions, went to slave camps, kind of like what William Wallace did in Braveheart, and formed an army to fight against the emperor. And I kind of always seen myself as an archfiend, speaking up for the little man and speaking my mind and all that other shit. Anyway, there was a TV show. It was a Korean TV show, obviously. It was subtitled in English, and I used to watch it. It aired like 6, 7 Actually, it aired for a couple years, but the one season where it had the Archfiend character in on it was like 8, 9 years ago, something like that. Anyway, just pick that up as my moniker. There's the character of the Archfiend on the show, and I was like, oh, it's a pretty cool name. Anyways, blah blah blah. Dr. Mushu wants to know, will I ever get married? Will he ever get married? It's not saying, will you ever get married? Dr. Mushu, you probably will not ever get married. No. Next question. Alright, DOF86, whatever, anyway. Why does your channel affect so many people that are anti-sports, and why do they feel the need to proclaim it on your sports-related videos? Yeah, I know that's something that can be seen as annoying, and especially now that I make a lot more sports-related videos. I think a lot of it has to go with, for the longest time, I was making content for years here that maybe there would be just a video or two about sports, and then I started making videos about sports on a regular basis, like with the NFL videos. By the way, with the NFL videos next year, I plan on doing a reaction video for each Eagles game, just giving my thoughts about the game, and then doing a general synopsis of the league video. Because I felt my synopsis videos ended up being just so focused on the Eagles that like that portion of the video would be 10 minutes, and then me talking about the other teams would be another 10 minutes. So it's not really a fair breakdown. And I don't even know if I want to do like a full breakdown of the other team's games, because in all honesty, I don't care what someone has to say about my team if they're not a fan of my team. Like, so why would I want to speak out and say, oh, the Bills-Dolphins game, here's what I think about it, and here's why your Dolphins team sucks, or why the Bills suck, and it's like, I don't care. I'm not a fan of the Bills or the Dolphins. So, anyway, my channel obviously attracts so many people that are anti-sports because a lot of my videos aren't sports-related, and you know, there's just a lot of people that just don't like sports and don't care to hear about it, which is fine. But voicing your opinion about that when my videos about sports are clearly about sports. Like when I say something like Week 12 NFL review and you click the video and you go, oh, another sports video? It's like, well, what the fuck did you think it was going to be from the title? Anyway, the majority of my fans understand that and won't watch my sports videos because they have the ability to read and comprehend a simple title. Others tend to be crybabies about it, and you're free to be a crybaby whether you're a fan of mine or not. So I'm not going to stop you or give you a spanking in front of everyone, though it is fun to point and laugh at you guys sometimes. Anyway, have you ever played the game Slender? If I did, what do you think of it? No, I'm not even sure what the game Slender is, what genre of gaming it is, or anything like that. Sorry. What is the most overrated and underappreciated video game of all time? That I personally played? I like the Nocturne series, partially because I like Dante and Devil May Cry and the first Nocturne, the Shin Megami Tensei. I just butchered the way that that's said. Anyway. Dante was a hidden character in the game, or a character, I don't know if he's necessarily hidden. I forget how it is that you got him in the first game. But anyway, I love that just this random, superstar in video game was thrown into a game like Nocturne, and it was a pretty cool RPG. Anyway, it had a unique system. I thought it was genuinely unique compared to like most of the Final Fantasies and shit like that, and I don't think many people even know about it or even play it. I never saw a commercial for it or anything like that. Yeah, this video is going to be about 6 hours long. Do I plan to do a video about DSP? No. I did a video mocking him a couple months ago, and then I made a video a couple months before that praising him, and there's nothing more else I have to say about the guy. My thoughts about him and being a total douchebag are already out there. Though I gotta stress, like the little like back and forths that I've had with fans of mine and other people chime in about DSP's latest, shenanigans on the internet. I've been talking it up full stream here on YouTube. So if you still want to see some DSP bashing, shit like that, I'll always be doing shit like that on my Twitter account, because that's just something where just you throw your opinion out there about something off the cuff, and everyone sits back and enjoys the show. Anyway, how many times have I moved home-wise? Holy shit. 7, 8. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Went from New Jersey in one home to down in college, then to New Mexico from there, then to Wisconsin, then back to New Jersey, then Pennsylvania, and then a different place in Pennsylvania. So 7 homes, 7 places I've lived total. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Anyway, yeah, 7. Alright, a few more of these and this will be wrapped up. My favorite video game, and then we're going to be doing the Mad Lib at the very end here. Your favorite video game, YOU''RE. Your favorite video game from, what's this guy's name? Classic Gamer JWR. Alright, so my favorite video game of all time is, it's probably Punch-Out. Cause that was my favorite game as a kid, and I mean, I liked games. I played games a lot more. Like I played Final Fantasy X, probably the most of my gaming time devoted to one single game. But as far as a game, it was just fun to play. It was just a symbol of what really got me into gaming, specifically as a child. Punch-Out would have to be given just so many extra credit points. Yeah, I'd have to go with Punch-Out. I mean, like I said, it may not necessarily be the best video game I played, but it earns points in the extra credit category. So, anyways, without Punch-Out, I probably wouldn't be as interested in video gaming as I was. That and Contra. Okay, what's one topic, guess he was going for topic there, you've always wanted to tackle, but felt like people wouldn't be interested in it? I guess one topic, well, people would obviously be interested in it, but abortion. Never want to tackle the topic of abortion. I know how I stand on it, and I know how when the people are on differing sides of the fence there's no real use talking sense to either side. And I don't mean that to be like ignorant, like, oh, the other side obviously doesn't want to hear the issues, but it's either you're for it or against it, and people tend not to deviate from that, and it always ends up in a fucking argument that solves nothing, and no one is any smarter in the end of things. So, but a topic that I've always wanted to tackle, but I thought people wouldn't be interested in, I mean, I try not to tackle like the topic of my vegetarianism, even though I know I covered that in a previous video. It's not so much that I don't think people will be interested in it. It's just that, I'm not out to convert the masses, and I don't want to be another quote-unquote Onision that has to be like, shame on you guys for being meat eaters. You're not a cool and ultra super great person like me. Like, I don't want to come off like that, because I don't think I'm any better than any of you. I have my reasons for why I don't eat meat. I have them, for ethical reasons, for personal reasons, what have you. And me touting that as trying to come off as quote-unquote better than anyone is just a douchebag thing to do. So I try not to do it, but I've covered vegetarianism in 2 of my videos, so it'll be like, well, you covered it before, a couple times you've mentioned it before. Yeah, I know. But I honestly, I don't want people to be, I guess that's more of, I don't want people to be interested in that. Now, it's nice that people say, oh, I didn't know you're a vegetarian. That's great. I was thinking of trying it myself, blah, blah, blah. And they talk to me and ask me things about it. But anyway, that's something that I'd rather just be a personal thing. So anyways, and that's actually the last question that we got to in this round. So let's just go ahead and cut to the coup de grace grand finale here, which is the Mad Lib. That, by the way, this was done on Twitter as well. I asked you guys to give the nouns, adjectives, plural nouns, shit like that. You guys chimed in. I picked ones that I felt were the most creative, and in this case ended up being the most juvenile. Thank you, my fans. Anyway, but then again, I ultimately picked the ones, so it's, you know, me picking the juvenile ones as well here. So anyways, this is called Prom Night. Boy, what do you think is going to happen on this prom night? Anyway, prom night begins. All right. Ihor was so mad at all of the other dead hookers at her school that she decided to ruin their transsexual orgy party. You see, she had delicious black magical powers, and if she concentrated on her surgically made cock, she could start fires or make flaming midgets start to poop and queef. Wow, if the thought of flaming midgets pooping and queefing doesn't bring a smile to your face, then you're just not a true American. Anyway, so she went to the police where the dance was being held and got into the shitter, and her titties blazed out magical energy, and all of the girls' bloody tampons burst into thin mints. That's disgusting, people. Shame on you guys, but I picked the words. The teal discharge began dripping from the Xbox One all over everyone. At this point, everyone began raging and quitting and trying to get out, but there was only one little withered clitoris. The students were dry humping on each other and screaming, "Breakfast is ruined!" It really taught those students a lesson. The lesson was, don't forget to invite Ihor. Oh, that's beautiful. That was touching. So, there we have it. We got a Mad Lib done. We got a bunch of your questions that you wanted to ask me done. And I'm still recovering from the mind fucked that was that speech jammer thingamabobber. So I'm going to go ahead and try and collect the remainder of my insanity. So all you guys have a good day, a better tomorrow, and plenty more sports videos coming for you guys in the near future. Huh? Right? Right? Huh? Anyway. Have a good day, guys.